Hi guys, it's Nikki with Nikki Speaks, and I am back with another video. We'll be getting into Kanye West's apology to the Black and the Jewish community and everything that the internet has to say about that. But before we get into any of that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, Kanye West recently published a full page apology for his prior anti Semitic remarks in the Wall Street Journal. And I must say, I can't preface that without saying that it is a full page ad, which means that he did pay for that placement. Well, in that Yeezy paid ad titled, to those I've heard, he apologized for anti Semitic actions like his DEathCon 3 tweet, the swastika shirts that he was promoting, pushing, that he created and was selling. He apologized for all of those remarks in this letter. It's a really lengthy letter. I'll post it here. You guys can pause and read it yourself. But it's pretty much just talking about exactly where his condition originated from. It talks about him now getting help. He talked about the accident that he had years ago and how um, the doctors were able to see the outside damage and treat that. But the letter suggests that there was also some internal damage, maybe some brain damage that was done that is now affecting him mentally, causing different type of mental illnesses that he's having, and as a result, that's why a lot of these episodes have occurred. He included all of that in this letter, so definitely take the time to read the letter. Again, it's paused here for you to do that. But listen, so he gave this full on apology and it does have the internet torn. So you have a lot of individuals who are, definitely not in terms of accepting the apology, but a little bit more sympathetic because he is now accepting that there is some sort of mental illness and hopefully he's getting help for it. The letter does indicate that he is receiving treatment. And then you have the other side of the internet that says, hey, look, this comes at a very opportune time. He's talking about releasing another album called or entitled Bully really soon. A lot of people are saying that it could be this month or March that that album is coming out. And now he's on this apology tour because if you remember, about a month ago, he went and had a sit down with the rabbi in which he issued a formal apology to the Jewish community then. And now here we are a month later, and we have this public apology, this public ad that he's taken out in the Wall Street Journal. So there's a lot of people that are just not here for this apology at all. You have some people that are on the internet. One person says, let's not forget that Kanye West was the reason haters started diagnosing Beyonce's kids with behavioral issues. So I don't care about whatever mental health card he is pulling now. It won't make up for the nastiness those kids endured and continue to endure on the internet. Listen, I mean, I would have to agree to a certain extent there. He did have some really nasty things to say about their twins. So, listen, I can understand if a lot of people are really not buying into this whole, I've changed. Sometimes a public apology is not as impactful as just showing that you've changed. And so some people want to see actions as opposed to, him just coming out publicly stating that that's what's happened. Another person on the internet said Kanye West manipulates his fans, especially his Black audience. He's even manipulated the church and because we historically are weak and forgiving, he'll continue to get his rocks off. Listen, I mean, that's what some people are saying. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. I personally think that the first step in, healing is acknowledging that there is a problem. So I do think that for me, that's the first step for Kanye. Before it was almost as though I don't have an issue. I'm God-like, and that's kind of the persona he was giving off. But for there to be some level of humbleness in terms of, you know what, I acknowledge that this happened, and as a result of this happening, I am not well. That's a huge step in my opinion. But is this coming at a real convenient time? Absolutely. We'll be able to sit back and see if he actually drops an album here within the next month or 2 months. Even in my opinion, if he drops an album within the next 3 to 4 months or even 6 months, that's very telling. It lets me know that, there was some sort of motivation here with this apology. It came at the perfect time in terms of I do need you guys to start buying into what I'm offering now. But that's just my opinion. I think that there's two sides to this. There's just no one straight, hey, he's apologized and he's well and now he's better and yay Kanye. I don't think that there's also, the other side of this of, what, he's not well. He's doing this all for publicity and he doesn't mean anybody any good. I think that there's a line in the middle. And I think this situation is kind of teetering on that in terms of, what, yes, he did this for some sort of gain, but I also think that in doing so, he did have to reflect and say, "Hey, I need to get help," and he's probably getting that. But that's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. And if Kanye drops an album, will you guys be supporting that album? Will you be putting money towards his album, downloading, purchasing any merch that he has? Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.